6.
Okay.
Maybe right after that.
Okay. Just want to make sure, Jennifer,
If
we're
that's
doing the right thing.
They didn't give me names.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do.
If any student.
All right, you guys ready? Everything good? We'd all stand, please. And would you lead aside the pledge of allegiance, sir?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will now call to order the Board of Finance meeting. Recognizing the Board of Finance, we need to elect one member as president of the Board of Finance. Any of our new board members, this is separate from our other board things. Do I get a nomination for someone to be? I nominate Brianna to be the president of the Board of Finance. She's good with details.
Make a motion.
Get a second?
A second.
Okay. All in favor, raise your right hand. Pose same sign. Madam President, you are now in there. Now, I would entertain a motion for someone to be the board secretary, the Board of Finance secretary.
Make a motion for Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, can I get a second on Jeremiah?
I'll second that.
Second, all in favor, raise your right hand. Welcome aboard.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. MSD of Shakamak currently doesn't have any funds invested. So we need to go no further with that. Now I would entertain a motion to adjourn the Board of Finance meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn.
All right, second.
Second.
Second, Jody, all in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned. And now we will go ahead and let Dr. Smith recognize, is this the ones we're going to look? Can we go ahead and do that now?
That would be great.
Okay.
So we are trying to make sure we do a spotlight at the start of each board meeting. And so I reached out to Mr. Reese and we had a perfect opportunity. We have 2 spotlights. Mr. Reese, would you mind first introducing Hart Buell and why Hart is here?
Yes, Hart's here. Hart is a junior on our basketball team, and he was recently awarded the FCA Fellowship of Christian Athletes Character Council Award for the Grace Construction Classic at Switch City. We're very proud of Hart. Want to recognize him. Keep up the good work, bud.
Thank you.
John.
I appreciate everything you do in the classroom, out of the classroom, in different events. You wear Shakamak colors, you wear jerseys, names well, and when you represent us on and off the field, it's good to know that we have individuals like you that wear our school name out. I'm not for sure how you presented yourself at the Classic, but obviously it rose to the occasion of it got the attention of others to the point that you received that award. I appreciate you and everything you do to represent our school with pride. Thank you. And thanks for being here. Mr. Reese also has a group of students that were led by Haven Wonders, who took on a tremendous job of taking over BPA, Business Professionals of America. It's a new organization to me, so I had to ask Haven a little bit about it. And Haven, I'm going to go ahead and have you come up to introduce your participants. But while he's making his way up, I do want to say a side note that a lot of times when you go to these competitions, the schools roll up in a little activity bus. And we're probably one of the smallest schools that participate in BPA of all of the schools that are there. And wouldn't you know, little old Shakamak, we roll up in the big yellow bus because we have so many students that are participating that we don't fit on a small activity bus. And you wouldn't think that from one of the small schools that's competing. But what's even more impressive is when they give out the awards at the end of the day, and you realize that not only did we come in the biggest bus, but we also left with one of the longest lists of achievements. So that can't go without being recognized tonight in a tremendous way. So we asked if they were available at 6 o'clock if they could come, because we wanted to publicly acknowledge them and also say the same to you, that you represent our school in a positive light in every field that you're on. So when you, like I said, you have Shakamak colors on, the Shakamak name, and you're representing us in these different competitive events, please know that we appreciate that, the work that you put in and the extra time that you put in to do that. And we want to take this time right now to acknowledge your accomplishments and say thank you for doing that. So Haven, could you let everybody know who it is and their accomplishments, and when you hear your name, if you could stand.
As Dr. Smith said, Haven Wonders, I took over BPA this year having absolutely no idea. I helped Dita last year, chaperone. I went into it having no idea. And I'm extremely proud of my students because we, like Dr. Smith said, we're probably the smallest school there in the state of Indiana and have one of the largest BPA organizations. We have over 40 students. The second largest was like Carmel with 20 something. So for a little school, we're doing extremely well. I'm gonna name off some kids here that actually qualified for the state qualifying competition in March. Some of them are here, like you said. If you're here, please stand up. Stevie Anderson, Madison Axe, Isaac Barber, Veda Bussell, Wade Boyd, Hart Buell, Sydney Byrne, Braylon Calvert, Dinah Chesterfield, Weston Coleman, Kaylee Compton, Reagan Dykus, Waylon Dudley, Riley Falk, Dalton Fiskus, Madeline Hill, Jalen Johnson, Isla Kaufman, Laney Kennett, Ava Landry, Cooper May, Ava McCrary, Carter Morse, Caden Murdoch, Cameron Pollan, Taylor Pointer, Brenton Wade, and Briley Wilson. I'm actually taking a few alternates with me that's going to be competing in open competition because they fared very, very well. So, like I said, I'm very proud of these kids for all their accomplishments and their accomplishments to come. Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna excuse them so I don't have to stay for the whole meeting. Is there anything you'd like to say before they are dismissed?
Keep up the good work, kids. You're representing Shakamak well. Hey, great job, buddy. We appreciate you.
Yes, Haven, thank you for stepping up.
Yeah.
And congratulations to all you guys.
Congratulations.
And thank you for coming back. I do think it's important every now and then you get an opportunity to come to a board meeting or a governance meeting, just interesting. You are more than welcome to stay if you're curious and want to listen, but please, we don't find you rude at all if you want to get home and get supper and go on your way. So we appreciate you coming. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to leave. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Brenton, I thought you were going to play a trumpet solo for us.
As we get ready to go on to the rest of the board, I have been providing a board supplemental document with the items, and I forgot to pass that out, so I'll give you that. I started it right.
All right, we will now call our regular board meeting to order. Dr. Smith, is there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
No, I do not have any.
Okay. All right. Now we will elect new officers for 2026. We'll now take nominations from the floor for president.
From the floor or from us?
You guys
I
know.
was waiting for one of them to elect one of us.
Yeah, oh, that means they have to work with me. No, okay. Silence.
I want to elect Brianna Barber for president.
Can I get a second? Or any other nominations? Second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. All right, Brianna. Trading your
Like,
place.
we stop right now?
Yep,
Yeah.
you're the president. You take over the meeting.
Official.
You weren't prepared for that, were you?
I was not prepared for that. I think that's what they did. That's what they did to me, right?
Yeah.
Today. Now we need to elect somebody to vice president. So, any nominations for vice president? I elect Dave.
I'll second.
I can't write and talk at the same time. We have a first, we have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Congratulations, Dave. Now we need somebody for secretary. Any nominations for secretary? I'll elect Jeremiah. Nomination for Jeremiah. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Jody.
You can.
You actually.
Oh.
You can. But he seconded you.
Sorry, Jeremiah.
Dave. I have a first and a second for Jeremiah. So all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Congratulations, Jeremiah.
Thank you.
We need to appoint a legislative liaison.
Yes. So I'm recommending that the board appoint a legislative liaison. I know that's something that we haven't done in the past, but the Indiana School Boards Association strongly encourages districts to designate this responsibility to a board member to monitor the legislative actions and activities and report updates through ISBA, which we are a member of. During the legislative session, which we are in right now, a short session, they recommend that the board include a legislative summary at the regular board meeting. So I will provide that for January because whoever's takes this role won't be ready to do that today. But particularly through February while we're in session, that's important so that the board remains informed on the bills that are being introduced and how it might impact school funding, our operations, and student services and staffing. So appointing a legislative liaison provides a clear structure. It helps to inform the community as well, staying connected, but also, when appropriate, reaching out to legislators and making sure that we are receiving timely information, but also advocating sound decision making that's in the best interest of Shakamak. So I would like to move that the board appoint a legislative liaison to represent the district during the 2026 legislative session. That's consistent with ISBA recommendations to provide us some monthly updates.
I nominate Ian Matthews.
I was going to nominate him.
A
So we
second.
have a first and a second. All in favor of electing Ian to the legislative liaison. Raise your right hand.
Welcome aboard, Ian.
Opposed, same sign.
I've got a position.
You too. I'm the only one without one.
Oh, I got you, girl. I'll come up with one.
I don't know what one to go off of at this point. Okay, it's still C. All right. Appoint Jennifer Barkus as treasurer of the board of the school corporation.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, same sign. Congratulations, Jennifer. You do a great job.
She does.
We need to set the regular board meeting times for 2026. They're currently held the third Thursday at 6 p.m. Anybody opposed or recommend something different for 2026?
Make a motion, we stay the same. Third Thursday, 6 p.m.
Second.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, same sign. Board meetings will be the third Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. The The board member compensation is currently set at $2,000 per year. Do I have a motion or recommendation for 2026?
What can we afford?
10% of the lowest teacher salary
We don't want to.
changes to the bill.
No, but can we still afford the $2,000?
Yes. So, the compensation resolution follows a change to Indiana code, just to clarify. The statute now allows board members to receive up to 10% of the lowest starting teacher salary as base pay. So your compensation would increase if you wanted to increase that from 2,000 to or 4,500. So
I make a
4,000.
I make a motion, we leave it at $2,000 a year.
I second that.
Dave made a motion for 2,000. Jeremiah seconds. All those approve? Or, yeah. Okay. We need to approve the December 18th, 2025 regular board meeting minutes. Do I have a
Motion.
Second.
Dave made a motion, Ian seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, same sign. Approve claims as listed on the docket. Accounts payable vouchers 99353 to 99388 and payroll deposit advices 107372 to 107583. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Dave made a motion. Jeremiah seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion passed. I see three guys here. And ladies, do we have any patient claims? Now is your time.
Now's your time to shine.
I believe that the policy is also that you have 3 minutes.
We're gonna take
We made
it
a,
six-
for real, it's like a 3-minute. You can each speak 3 minutes, but it's 3 minutes.
But could you tell me who you are? Or introduce your name and start.
Did you-
I
Go ahead.
got something. I am Tyler Richardson. I'm the president of the youth league. Currently, this week we had a few talks about expanding our gym time as far as gyms, because we have over 100 kids now, so it just makes more sense to get that out of more out of the facility, and it's only gonna, I see it good. It only makes more sense to get our program to keep going that way, because we have some schools from out of our area have brought their kids down here, but as far as our program, it looks like it's going the right way, but we're having strain
What is your gym time at?
12 to 6.
in the elementary. And
On
it's,
Sundays.
yeah, and we're having to run 45-minute long, get one game, and from kindergarten to second grade, you have the, it's a marathon, yeah, but they ain't really learning that much other than they pass and they're just getting screamed at more or less. If we had more gym availability, we could do some drills. We don't have to run games all day Sunday. We could practice that day too, and then we could play games and use that time more wisely and to help build our program. As we can see, we have several young and we have all they fall out somehow.
So what are you proposing?
That we have the high school and the elementary gyms during our slot of baseball time or throughout the selective of the year. If you want to keep the program consistently going, like I know other high schools are doing that. They have slotted gym times from first grade to fifth grade. Fourth grade. And then they get to fifth grade, and then you see what they've been doing from kindergarten through fourth grade. And what little bit I've seen that that's where we're losing the progress.
Have you talked to Dylan, who is our athletic director, about gym time? Because he would, correct me if I'm wrong, but he would be the manager of the gym time.
Yes,
Mm.
correct. So just to back up a quick, Frank,
I'm
not to be confused with Tyler, because I
Yep.
called you Tyler.
Tyler.
Frank did come and speak to me yesterday, and then they're going to move Dylan tomorrow, is my understanding, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything's happening fast. We just had a meeting yesterday. Our meeting being Thursday. I took the advice from Lucinda that this is a valuable time to learn stuff. To be honest with you, I didn't come prepared to give anything. I was going to listen and figure out how to get on the next one. But yes, that is a concern. Jacinda, welcome with open arms. I do believe we're moving in the right direction. It's probably going to grow from there. More to come.
I can would like for me to share those with them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have them in my, I'll put them in their update every Sunday. Share that. They shared some data on participation,
Mhm.
and the percentage of Shackamack students that benefit over the last 3 years from the program. So I'll make sure that you have a copy of that in your Sunday update.
One thing that I like to see, we were there Sunday to watch the family, is kids from other schools that are coming in. And whether it turns out or not to actually get anything, but, and we've talked before, I use this word loosely, but we're constantly in a kind of a recruiting state for people to come to our school, whether that's for sports or for just the education point of it. But when they come in the doors and have a good experience, we want that for these kids that are coming from Sullivan, Duggar, North Central, wherever, right? So I'm a big believer of we got to have open arms, right, to all these other kids. The only thing, and I'm all for expanding however much we feel is necessary or whatever. I don't know. There's got to be a balance between the schools, the 6th, 7th, 8th, all those, because unfortunately we see some of those that don't even have the right gym time, right? So as long as we get it to where it's not a detriment to them, hell, wide open as far as I'm concerned. Dylan's the ultimate puppeteer of that,
Right.
but this is just my 2 cents of it. I'm all for opening up as much as you guys need. But like I said, there's got to be a balance to. We can't take away from the school grade, kids that are actually active with high school, junior high, all that stuff. But
And that's all we're asking to, that's who we would rather be our competitor is the school.
Yeah.
That's who we want.
Right.
Yeah. We're not asking for it to take time from them.
Right.
We just want to follow right behind them.
Yeah.
When they lock the door, they keep it open.
Yeah.
Here.
And I've got a daughter that plays 7th and 8th or 7th grade. And they seem like they're lacking on gym time too. Part of that's coaches' availability of when they can get to there, right? Morgan and TJ are kind of, limited on their activities, but I do think there is, I think everybody is lacking just a little bit of gym time, right? I mean,
We lost all my ages one down.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's what 2008 is what I remember playing practice. The hard part is coming in on Sundays when we do have baseball and breaking the walls, sneaking down the hallway and looking at the gym, not being used. And then we're here till 9:30 at night because we're playing all the game. That's the biggest thing. Well, if we're here and that one's used, we'll clean up. We'll do what we need to do. Tell us what to do, we'll do it. It's not often that you run into a group of individuals who are willing to give back to the youth, give their time, donate their time. I didn't have it when I was growing up. Now I have the ability to do it. And I'm Frank. I'm vice president of the youth league. Sorry.
Frank, what's your last name?
Cool.
Frank, last name?
Nice to meet you.
Ron?
I'm Ron Casey, a 17-year veteran at Shackamack Youth League Board. Why I got all the black hair. Our biggest hang up is
on Sundays, which is the only day I'm gonna call them amateurs, people that ain't fifth grade school affiliated sports, it's the only day we get. So we have 75 to 100 kids playing, 115 kids. And we tell them, because we're not gonna take any kid out of church. So we start at noon, and we try to get done by 6, but now, okay, we had a game that went over, we had 2 games that went over in the extras. Last Sunday, we put 10 minutes on the clock, one team finally scored with a minute 30 left. So we were 20 minutes behind in that game. Same next game happened. Now you're 40 minutes behind. So you're having kids that love playing basketball, and the whole attitude is, yeah, hurry up, come on, let's go. There's no warming up, just shoot. Let's go, start the game. Well, the problem is you have, hear me out, the volleyball in high school. It's fine. But they don't need 10 hours of time in that gym, I don't think. We are hurrying to get these games in. So what's going to happen? I'm about academics first, just like everybody in here is. But this 2026, if you ain't got a decent sports program, kids, it's just like college. It's a transfer point. Kids just move and move and move and move. And when we get calls, which we do, all night long, yeah, hey, why are we hurrying games? What's the deal? And we have questions to answer. So I think I'm a communication guy. Communication solves 90% of problems. People get mad if you just talk for 10 minutes, you're done. Hey, now we've come to an agreement. I would just propose, I'm going to talk to Dylan about this tomorrow. It's always been, you have pre-K through 2nd grade in our Biddy Ball program. That's a huge group. Huge. So, by the time you get the little kiddos out, you get the games in, you're an hour behind. So now you got to hurry everybody. And I'm going to talk to Dylan about this. See if there's a way that we could work with it. Because I don't want this ain't a get the volleyball out of here. So
Is it the GCVC?
it's the GC, yeah. But we have Shackback kids playing there.
Yeah.
There's like 10. But we got 100 kids we're trying to fit in one gym or 10 over here. So when our phones get red hot with it's time for us to call a timeout and meet with you all and talk with Dylan about. I'm asking for my proposal is to give it Dylan and find a peaceful harmony with that volleyball program. We're fine. How many teams are in? Once you said you got like 11, 12 teams trying to fit games in 6 hours in this gym. There ain't 11, 12 teams in this gym. So I'd like to see if there's a way we could. The 3rd and 4th grade always has the least amount of teams. I think there's only 4 teams, right? And it's 40-minute games, and you're done. So 3-4 hours, and you're done. So I would like for us to work with that gym with the 3rd and 4th grade because the goals are already 10 feet. Over here, you lower them down to 8 feet for the little kids, and that way they're not getting cheated. Our kids, but they have a little time to go in and warm up, do some layups before the game. But we're putting these kids on the court and saying, "Start, let's go." We've had one practice because the gym time. I get it. We all get it. But I think it's a matter of sitting down and working out a schedule where everybody has time, to where no kid feels like they're hurrying. A coach, you only get one timeout per half. So, these kids are coming in. Some of them's never played before. So they're leaving the game. Feel bad about yourself. It's not their fault. We had no time to warm up. No, nothing. It's just go. I know we only have 2 gyms in town. But there's ways I think we could work with the volleyball down there where, hey, you guys get it from noon to whatever. And then we, four games, 40 minutes apiece. That's 160 minutes. So that could happen, I think. And we're going to talk to Dylan about that tomorrow. We'll meet at 3:30.
I think meeting with Dylan is like the first logical step. And
Very, very fine. Very good. And it's communication.
Yep.
Sit down, grab pen and paper, not text messaging, garbage. You're going to sit and meet face to face and get your schedule made. It's about too late for that now. I don't know if it's too late now because the schedule's already made. We'll find out tomorrow. But we're just bringing it to place. If you have kids, 100 and some kids in this small school want to play basketball, this is fine, man. You have to try to do something. And like you said, you want the best program you can possibly have for our
And not
students.
a hurrying program.
Right.
Hurry, Johnny, come here. Yeah, what's your name again?
Right.
That don't.
And you want the best product you can put out there for the kids. It's for the
Yes.
kids, it's for our students, it's for the students of other schools that come and play that might maybe potentially be future
Yeah.
Shakamak students potentially, but yeah, so you want the best product, and in order to do that, you
They
got
get a little bit of,
that's under.
it can't be to this all the time. And I don't know, some of you probably know, but Linton previously, if you ain't from Linton, you ain't playing. Bloomfield, you ain't from Bloomfield, you ain't playing. We're one of the only schools that let people from other schools come here, which is great because it helps boost our numbers up. And some of those kids transfer here. And they become students at Shakamak. You can't just erase them. So it is, with Brandon, Jody, we've dealt with this for 10, 15 years. We're just a small town, we ain't got facilities for something. And you don't want to see kids in third and fourth grade say, I really like playing basketball. I heard Linton's got a good program. Transferring. Now we're losing funding for this kid just because of the little things.
Right.
And it happens. I've saw it. And we're just trying to bring attention to we're volunteers. We don't get paid a dime. We don't want a dime. We're here for kids because we try to be good to everybody. So we're going to talk with Dylan about trying to split time up there, and we get third and fourth grade over there. And we ain't spending time lower and goals, raising goals. Changing balls as just a, now you got a little bit of, hey, yeah, you got, every team has 5 minutes to get warmed up a little bit, shoot some layups. It's detrimental to a kid. You see kids, I saw you last weekend, you see a kid that's good, he's never had a chance to warm up, he's over 3. Now he's past. Well, he never had a chance to warm up. So that's just, we're very, very intense. And that's what we're just trying to bring your attention. So if you hear from Dylan or anybody, we don't have a problem. We have a communication problem. And so we just need to get together and try to split that gym up.
Let us know how your meeting with Dylan goes.
It'll go good. He's awesome.
Good deal.
Well,
Dylan Collins is awesome.
I'll see you on Sunday because we're playing.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody see me all day. Yeah, I'll be there all day.
But no, we're all here for the right intentions. We never put sports above schools, but let's admit it's 2026, not 1956. Sports brings kids to school. One good coach, one good program may pull in 4 or 5 kids. One bad coach, one bad program may lose 4 or 5. I don't agree with it. I'm old fashioned. Stay with your school. But I'm a lot of that's just what we're trying to do. The same old stuff. We're just trying to get some gym time for the kids. And it's growing. I don't know, with 100 kids and you got 6 hours to try to fit that in. It's tough. Very, very tough.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you,
Thank you
gentlemen.
guys.
Let us know how it goes.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We're here for the right reason.
I think we turn it over to Dr. Smith for recommendations and requests.
Okay. I'd like to recommend to the board approve the resignation of Samantha Goodman, elementary teacher.
Motion.
Dave made a motion, Jeremiah seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Would like to recommend the termination of Keisha Flanders, part-time evening custodian. Your annotated summary is in front of you. Good.
Yeah. Do we have a motion to accept the termination of Keisha Flanders?
I'll make a motion.
I'll say.
And made a motion, Jeremiah seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
I'd like to recommend to the board we approve hiring Jeffrey Byrne, maintenance director. He was actually here this evening in the corner. His daughter said he was being recognized. I thought he might stay. And that you have an annotated copy there.
He's only been with us a short time, but I checked on him, checked up on him 2 or 3 times, and he's amazing. He got with Sycamore Engineering. They came and showed him all the stuff that they've been doing that he can do. And he's just been getting it every day and heard nothing but exceptional performance out of him. So we're thankful to have him. So I make a motion that we hire him.
I'll second.
Dave made a motion. Jeremiah seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Welcome aboard, Jeffrey.
Yes. Recommend hiring B.A. Shippen, boys, or high school girls basketball assistant, who's working as a volunteer, moving over as assistant.
Do I have any?
I'll make a motion.
Ian made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Sorry, Jeremiah seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
And John Williams, is actually moving from cafeteria to part-time evening custodian.
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Dave and Jeremiah. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign.
I want to ask for other personnel items for approval, leave of absence for Jennifer Hart, but we did receive some additional information I'll highlight and pass down to you. She is asking that she take a leave of absence from her instructional assistant position in second grade in lieu of a family emergency this semester. But she would also like for us to consider her retaining her responsibilities with the elementary newspaper, and that she also be allowed to finish some of her training hours so that she has the credentials to assist in our preschool program. So we wanted to make sure that you were aware and that we would approve those conditions. So it would be leave of absence from instructional assistant, but being permitted to continue the responsibilities with the newspaper and the training hours.
I make a motion.
A second. Excuse me.
Dave made a motion. Ian seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
I would like to make a motion that we increase substitute teacher rate pay increase from $75 a day to $65. Oh, I have the old copy. Sorry. I'll go back to that.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion to increase substitute teacher pay from $65 a day to $75, and still $100 a day for a licensed teacher, correct?
Correct. That is correct.
Okay, I'll second.
Ian made the motion. Dave seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign.
And if you go to your original agenda, not your annotated agenda, I need to go back. I skipped Jody Sexton for long-term substitute instructional aid through the end of the semester.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Dave made a motion. Jeremiah seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign.
And Vicky McCracken, long-term substitute teacher, also through the end of the semester.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Dave made a motion. Ian seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
And then on the original agenda was item number 5. I'd like to make them a motion that we reorganize responsibilities for special services coordinator. The full summary of that proposal is in the last 2 board updates. And with those additional responsibilities, approve a stipend of $1,500 per semester.
Do we have any questions or comments? Or anybody want to make a motion?
Is this, I guess, is there any tasks that need to be taken, pulled away to allow for this, or is this going to?
Like above and beyond of the.
Yeah. Some of it would, some of it would alleviate strain on myself. To be honest, some of it are things that are already being taken on by other people, that we can actually officially recognize that they're taking on those responsibilities and compensate them for those additional responsibilities.
I'll second.
I'll second.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Superintendent
me.
report. Oh, approve the 2026 prepayment of claims resolution.
Motion.
I'll second it.
Dave made a motion, Jeremiah seconded. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Approve policy analytics property tax services. Do I have a motion for that?
Motion.
Do I have a second? These are the people that came, they presented at the last work session. Made a motion, Jody seconded. All those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We, I don't know that this needs approval, but the strategic plan, we did the first reading this evening in our work session.
Just that, just to publicly state that the board heard the first draft of the strategic plan for 2026 through 2029. We'll take the next month to read through that, offer feedback and refinement before the second reading in February. And then granted me permission to now share that with administration and leadership team.
We have a weekly update from the superintendent.
So I wanted to provide a brief overview of the key items we've been working on this past month. My goal is not to reread or iterate any of the written updates that you've already received, but to highlight some important things, flag some upcoming decisions, and know where I need your input. So first, planning and direction. We completed the draft of the strategic plan through 2029. This plan reflects extensive stakeholder feedback from the superintendent search, from my first 100 days, focus group surveys, and district data. And it's designed to provide some clarity and direction while preserving autonomy at the building level so that there's building level ownership over implementation. As we talked about during the work session, I know several of you were there. What that looks like in Mr. Turpin's building is going to be very different than what that looks like in Mr. Reese's building. We reviewed the strategic plan, and we will continue to review that in depth over the coming month. And if possible, I would appreciate receiving your feedback and questions in advance so we can prepare for formal adoption in February. Second on the calendar, planning. So we distributed surveys to staff and families, and those responses have been collected. I shared the responses with you in a little folder with the board containing the full results for transparency. My next step is to develop a 2 to 3 calendar option that will balance stakeholder feedback with our instructional requirements and contractual requirements. And these options will come back and forth between the staff and the board before any recommendations are made. Third, facilities and capital planning. So wanted to follow up our November, actually we started November and December work sessions. I received facility input worksheets from several of you, and your feedback will help to inform and sequencing our next steps and prioritizing as we continue to plan. In addition, I wanted to share the construction walkthrough happened today, actually, for our new 3-year-old classroom that will be remodeled this summer funded through a Lilly Endowment grant and the Greene County Community Foundation grant. So work is moving forward in planning for the new 3-year-old room. I'm actually meeting with Debbie on Friday to start talking about that. Fourth, food services. So during the work session today, we received some information from a school nutrition program. We also had an administrative review that gave us a clear roadmap of where we're in compliance and where we need to improve in December. And so we're making those recommendations and preparing to take action on those findings that will require our attention. And then in response to the administrative review that happened in December, I've formally convened a wellness committee. Our first meeting is scheduled for January 22nd. And I will be asking for the board to designate a representative to serve on that committee. In addition, a feasibility study was shared with you tonight related to outsourcing our food service program. We'll be asking for you to make a decision regarding if we want to put that out to bid, if we want to outsource our food services. And also wanted to share with you that on January 6th and 7th, our SRO officer, you always want to know if you have to be out of the building, that it's worth your time to be out of the building. We didn't set the date. It couldn't have been the worst time, the first 2 days of the semester, but I think Reese said, who in the world would schedule that for the first 2 days of the semester? Well, not me, but we went, and I'm glad we did. They focused on protocols, screening tools, and our legal and special education considerations for the threat assessment team. If you remember, that was something that Jim gathers out of so the information that we learned has already been put to good use. We actually had a situation, and the very first day we were back, we had to meet as a team, and we had the protocols and the screening tools and a plan in place. So, in addition, I plan to attend the School Safety Specialist Academy February 2nd and 3rd. It's a requirement that schools have a designated school safety specialist, and they receive annual training to keep up on their certifications. I'll be attending that. In the training, we recognize that we need an anonymous reporting system. So we are working on securing a host for that so that on our website, someone could easily report any kind of an alert or scare. What we learned in our training was most commonly now we're going to see that online in the form of someone snapping, on Snapchat or on TikTok a threat. And so training our people to recognize online threats that are made and how we respond as a group. And we conducted our first professional development session, our first staff day back, and reviewed some safety procedures and questions and concerns that were submitted to the staff. We practice drills every month, but we're going to have a dedicated safety week, and every day we're going to do a different drill. There's been some drills that haven't been practiced in a long time, and people are a little uncertain of what the procedures and the protocols are. So we want to practice those. And finally, in closing, I just want to thank the board again for your engagement, your questions. Please continue to ask questions, your leadership, especially as we enter this season of planning. That includes the strategic direction that I shared with you, some budget development that actually starts now. We don't wait till the summer. Some facilities decision making that we have. So I look forward to continuing this work with you together, and appreciate the deeper conversations and discussions that we've had. I also want to share our legislative update. Because I don't think, Ian, are you prepared to do a legislative update just yet?
I thought it'd be a little
Who's
presumptive
almost?
if I did. So yeah,
Hey, is it okay if I take the lead on this one?
absolutely,
I'll let you do
absolutely.
February. So we are in week 2 of the short session of the Indiana General Assembly. I'd like to provide a legislative update just so we can collectively be aware of the bills that may be impacting us here shortly. So we know what's happening in the State House is directly affecting our district. So we want to make sure that we're aware of what's going on. So around 700 bills were introduced. We're tracking about 73 of the 700 in the short session. There are 3 I want to highlight. The first one is legislation related to student use of wireless communication devices that continues to move forward full steam ahead. So this is signaling to us a statewide shift towards a more restrictive cell phone policy during the school day. Right now, we already have a policy in place that students, don't have access or shouldn't be on their devices during the school day. But this is going to require, if this passes, us to adopt and implement a policy that will generally prohibit student possession or, and not just of a cell phone, it would also include watches and personal devices. And there are some exceptions with medical exceptions, but Teacher-directed use would be limited to only a school supplied device. So there are a lot of schools that allow a personal device to be used. That will be no longer permitted, and we will be required to implement either a no device policy where they're not allowed to bring them into the building at all, or if they do, they have to be secured in like a Faraday bag or a secure bag. So this bill did pass out of the Senate Education, so there would be no more, checking your phone during passing period or getting your phone out during lunch. This is a very restrictive bill. It was passed out of the Senate Education and Career Development Committee. It now moves to the Senate for further consideration. So the second one is kind of in line with the cell phone. There's a growing legislative focus on student access to social media. Go back just a minute to the device policy. If it were to pass and we were to have to supply a secure storage model, just know that will be a financial obligation that we'll have to consider. Student access to social media. This would significantly limit access to minors and require some increased parental involvement with that. So we'll keep our eye on that bill. And then Senate Bill 199, Various Education Matters. This was authored by Senator Jeff Ratz. So this bill was heard on the Senate Education on Wednesday. Dr. Cater Jenny presented it as well regarding social media access. It's going to prohibit accounts for students that are 13 years and under. So they won't be allowed to have a social media account. If they're ages 14 to 17, it's going to require parental consent. The bill also includes some additional curfew limitations on social media use that was held in committee this week. It's expected to return for an amendment and a vote. This is an area I would encourage you to watch closely, as movement is expected to happen pretty quickly in the short session. And then the last one, House Bill 1266, it's the Department of Education and Education Matters, Representative Bob Benning, who was here and visited in December. So this is a comprehensive bill. It includes a lot of provisions related to instructional frameworks related to mathematics and standards. There's some requirements with interventions for underperforming schools. There is a literacy endorsement salary differentiation written into this bill. A 4-day school week waiver criteria for those schools that are going to a 4-day school week, and expanded allowable uses of the Teacher Appreciation Grant. This bill passed unanimously out of the Education Committee, and it's now on its way to the Ways and Means for further review. So I encourage you all, now is the time, right now when we're in session, to pay attention, speak up, voice your opinions on these matters. It does impact us. That is all that I have.
And you want to go first?
Yeah. I'll try to go slow if I got dates. I know you like to write them down. First off, we did get notification from the IHSA that Shaq Mack was awarded the first team all sports designation for fall sports. That's not unusual for us. I expect that out of our kids, and it's just, there was no write-ups, no ejections, no things like that. I hope we expect that the rest of the year. So it's a nice one to get, though. Quiz Bowl team will be competing at the Purdue Buzzathon this Saturday, the 17th, and then they're in Sullivan the 24th. Is that right, Carol? They've always scored well. Look for big things out of them. A lot of the same kids that are in BPA. Senior day for girls basketball will be this Saturday, the 17th, versus Lighthouse Christian, starting at 1. That was the decision that the girls and the basketball team made.
The athletic boosters are not prepared for that.
You were not.
I was not. No.
You are now.
I got a game elementary. Junior high.
Because I asked about it, because it was supposed to be the Thursday before, and they said that the girls team had come to and wanted to change something.
Okay, so Saturday. Got it.
We're supposed to start our Island Checkpoint 2 testing beginning Tuesday the 20th. And then the week after that will be the ELA. That one will be for math, grade 7 and 8. Girls sectional basketball draw is the 25th. That's the end of the month. Excuse me. And then that Tuesday, February 2nd, we'll start the girls sectionals at Clay City. Basketball homecoming will be Friday the 23rd versus White River Valley. Is that right? 23rd, Friday's Thursday. 21st Friday. That's the day we're having. Yeah. That's the 24th line. That's all. Okay, that's right. So that will be homecoming, Queen that night versus White River Valley, 6 p.m. On Friday, January 30th at 1:30 here in the Media Center, we'll award our academic letter ceremony. We'll be here that day for our kids. We'll do more out on that.
What time was that?
1:30.
It's during the day.
Yes, it always has been during the day. We usually feed the kids and then
What was the date? The second?
30th.
30th.
Oh, 1:30.
1:30 of
January.
January. And Saturday, January 31st versus North Central basketball game, we're going to be recognizing the 1966 sectional championship team and the 2006 boys varsity basketball regional championship team. Those nights, drum team competing at Terre Haute on Saturday, February 7th. That one got canceled. Okay. Never mind. And just as a note, February the 20th will be senior night for boys basketball, cheer, band, choir, dance, and any other senior that be honored, I guess.
And that was
That's February 20th,
at the Eastern.
first of Eastern break. And that's all I have.
Thanks a lot. We'll have to write down. Thank you for your update. Appreciate it.
I don't have
Mr. Turpin?
And we've had a great start back to the second semester returning from Christmas break. On the elementary side, that throws us into our formal testing season. So all the grade levels have started NWA testing. That window will run through the middle of February roughly, but most of them already will be completed now. And we're K through 3 grades are currently doing DIBELS testing. That'll wrap up here in the next couple of days. We have checkpoint 2, which is the new iLearn checkpoints they put in this year. I met with our special ed teachers to see what adjustments we can make from checkpoint 1 to see if how the testing process can go. This is different from iLearn because there's just 2 tests, one math and one language arts that take roughly 45 minutes, other than the iLearn assessment that takes us roughly 2 weeks to get all the classes in. We've got the schedule with the 20th and 21st. We're going to do 3rd grade and 4th grade. So on the 20th, we'll do like 3rd grade math in the morning, 4th grade math in the afternoon. 21st will be like 3rd grade language arts in the morning, 4th grade in the afternoon. So that our special ed kids can test at the same time as kids in the gen ed classroom. The 22nd, 3rd will be 5th and 6th, with the 22nd being 5th grade math in the morning, 6th grade afternoon. And on 23rd, 6th grade, language arts in the morning and afternoon as well. Set the date for kindergarten roundup. So March 19th from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock is our first day of kindergarten roundup. And then Friday, March 20th, we'll go from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock that day. So we're going to get subs for our kindergarten teachers and then have a setup where they assess the kids and work with kids and parents, trying to get them acclimated to what kindergarten's going to look like for them and the kid as well. And then currently we're on the side of the building, we're wrapping up our 5th and 6th grade boys and girls basketball season. 5th grade girls probably finishing up right about now. So the 6th grade game starting here, and I think the boys season runs to about February 9th or 10th, and the girls go about 10 days later to the 20th. So
Thank you. Any other board business? Dave?
Well, I just have to say I'm very impressed by the way our first semester went with Dr. Smith at the helm. And the strategy plan that she's implementing, get everybody on the same page, making little adjustments here to save big problems down the road. Thank you for your hard work. You're doing an amazing job. Our other administrators, we've all seen a lot of change. I thank you guys both for adapting and rolling with it. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of our staff. Did an amazing job. Couldn't ask for any better. That's all I got to say. Thank you to all the people that make Shackamack what it is.
I'll
Ian?
piggyback on that, the strategic plan, just, looking through what I have so far, it looks like you did a phenomenal job. Not that I would be the one to grade you on that, but great job on that. And from what I can tell, it was a great first semester. I wasn't here for all of it, but I'm glad to be on board and a part of the school corporation. Very, very, um, proud of our achievements and administrative from pre-K all the way up to our administrators. Want to reiterate the my as far as BPA, Business Professionals of America. I was in BPA when I was in high school. I was actually the president for 1 year, and I still remember how valuable those extracurricular programs are, not just athletics, but what we have to offer. And that's incredible that we had 40, and I think so the next biggest was Carmel High School, and they're slightly bigger than Shackamack. So very, very proud of all their achievements and heart fuel for his award. That goes beyond, performance, that character, and especially showing that kind of character to where you're getting an award for it. That's an incredible achievement. Want to congratulate Mr. Byrne, Vicky, Jody, and everybody who's come on board. Very happy to be able to welcome them, and I'd like to congratulate our newest president, vice president, and secretary, double secretary, we can call you now. But I think that's about all I got.
Jody?
I don't think there's much more to say than what the two of them said, so I'm gonna pass it to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, I mean, they stole all the thunder, but, I do think, I want to say that I feel like, from my standpoint, the first semester went very smooth, and I'm super excited about the road that we're headed, led by Dr. Smith and the admin that we have in place. I'm glad now that we have, a strategic plan that we're starting to look at everything from a 30,000 foot view, and looking at, where do we need to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road, and so we can look at bigger picture. And I hope that helps align everybody, K through 12, and even, I guess, pre-K too. But yeah, so I'm excited to get the 3-year-old classroom, get that rolling, because the quicker that we can get these kids into school, the chances of them staying here is so much more likely. So, yeah, other than that, piggyback on what Ian said about Hart's commendation there at the classic, and then I was blown away at Havens talking about how big. I mean, hell, my daughter's in BPA, but I didn't realize that how big it was in comparison to some of these other schools. So I wasn't a BPA person in school, so it's really not anything of. No,
Which is
it's not.
crazy because you own your own business now, so.
Well, it's different though. So, but yeah, that's for the output that we've got of that. I mean, that's going to be skills that these kids can take for a good while. So, yeah, so that's all I got.
In closing, I again love that we honor the kid's heart for his accomplishments, and just overall, he's a great kid, good attitude. He wears, like you said, he wears Shackamack colors with pride and represents us well. and all the BPA kids. It's good that they come in, even if they just leave early, but it's good that they're kind of like coming in. Thank you to our visitors. We appreciate when you guys show up and listen and are involved in our school activities. And that's awesome that you guys have over 100 kids in Biddy Ball. So
That's
thank you
very
for
cool.
that.
Appreciate you guys listening.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it'll work
Really care.
itself out.
Pardon me?
I think it'll work itself out, you know.
Just need to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that falls on us too. It's saying us come to this meeting with principals and torches.
Yeah.
It's just good communication.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that way everybody wins.
Yeah.
And good luck to the Quiz Bowl teams coming up.
So you think Hart's good in character? You haven't seen him this way, boys.
I can't imagine actually. Like,
I mean, I had kids stop last night and said, "Hey, can you stay for a little while when you practice?" And they're coming in at homeroom and
to practice
reading those
to
questions.
practice Quiz Bowl. Like
Practice Quiz
I was
Bowl.
not a Quiz Bowl person.
I was not either.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
they're awesome.
Yeah.
They are awesome. Yeah.
So
They're in their element when they're there.
Good.
So if they're willing to leave here at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning, they're in.
we learned this at the school board conference this year. The keynote speaker, if a child feels included and involved and part of something, that's not just good for the school. That's good for them and their personal well-being, and
They're awesome.
it'll bring them through a lot. So, do I have anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I make motion.
Jody,
I'll second.
Jeremiah seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys. Thank you. We.
Yeah.